Okay. Come again. I cannot hear. Charan joined. Hi, Charan. We are waiting for you. Thanks for joining. Yeah. So click here, go to Ubuntu, type search, and then say terminal. Your terminal will be opened. So we are about to, as I told you, to learn any programming language, we need to learn three kinds of statements. Some basic math knowledge is required. You will become a good programmer, obviously. Okay, fine. So we had gone through small programs in the last class. So only thing is the extension for a shell script program is nothing but .sh, and then you have to apply change mod plus x, and then / file name will be executing that respective program .sh. So that is what we have did. So in today's class we will apply some basic arithmetic principles for a particular variable that what we are going to use today. So for that we are using gedit. We had already installed gedit. So gedit will be opened for you. So here you can see gedit is opened. So now we will be taking two variables. A is equals to b, sorry, a is equals to 5. So I hope this program we already wrote. We don't close without saving. So ls my shell programs, ls my shell, case sensitive, you have to use capital letter ls. So Linux commands program 2.sh. So gedit prg2.sh. Yeah. So I hope you are aware of executing this program. What happened? ./prg2.sh. So 5 plus 10 value is not executed. So yeah, tell me. Oh, I am not sharing my screen. Thank you. Thanks. So can you see my screen now? Yeah, thank you. So the second program, this program, let me clear this and come again from the beginning. So we are in the correct, we are in the respective program. So here I say gedit prg gedit. Gedit prg2.sh. So here we did some maths, but it is not executing. So that we had left in the last class. So program 2.sh, it is 5 plus 10. It is 5 plus 10. So not the value. So how to get the value? How to make a value to be how to do some arithmetic? How to do some arithmetic in shell programming? So to do arithmetic in shell programming, what we need to do is we need to use a particular syntax. That syntax is nothing but a particular syntax. That syntax is nothing but uh, expr. We have to use expr. Expr space. What value do you want to do? What operation you want to do? So 1 plus 3, like this. So here we can try this directly. Add another terminal. So expr 1 plus 3. So here you can see the values are added. 1 plus 3. 1. Sorry. I cannot hear you. Echo 1 plus 3 is 1 plus 3. But when you say expr 1 plus 3, then we can see. Yeah, tell me. I cannot hear you. Come again. Sorry. Yeah, tell me now.
Screen is not visible.
My screen is not visible. Sharon just told me that your screen is my screen. I'm already sharing my screen. Let me stop sharing and then redo the share. Entire screen share. Is Ubuntu visible now? Someone, please respond. Is Ubuntu visible now?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So as I was just discussing about the echo and expr command, so echo 1 plus 3 will not add anything. So echo 1 plus 3 will simply echo the value. But when we give with expr, then we will get some maths. So to do some arithmetic operations in Linux, we need to use expr. We need to use expr. So echo expr 1 plus 3. Now you can see. It is echoing what you are giving to echo. Echo is just to print what you are giving. So to execute something, you have to use backquote. Not single quotes, backquote. This is the backquote. Backquote will be above the tab symbol. Okay. So here you can see. Still it is displaying 1 plus 3. expr 1 plus 3, 4. See. So expr 1 plus 3. You have to give it like that. Is that clear? A space is required. A space is required to understand some arithmetic operations in uh, your shell programming. Okay. So now let us get back to gedit. We will write a small program here. We will write a small program here. Let us say a is equals to 10 and b is equals to 5. B is equals to 5. Echo backquote expr. So backquote is nothing. I hope you understood what is a backquote. Backquote is nothing but that what you see below escape and above tab in your keyboard. $A. To get the contents, you have to give $A plus $B. $B. And close. Similarly, you can write all the arithmetic operations here. Similarly, you can write all the arithmetic operations here. So like, let me copy this and change the operations. Control C, Control V, Control V. All arithmetic operations like subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulo. So we are doing all arithmetic operations. Just to save this in my shell programming like arith.sh. 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 Okay, looks good. So now save this, close this, ls. So you have arith.sh. So you need to add permissions to that. For adding permissions, change mode plus x, executable permissions, arith.sh. ls, now you can see it is in executable mode. So /arith.sh. Here you can see syntax error, unexpected argument. in arith. So what is that that is not executed? What is that that is not executed? So let us say cat arith.sh. So which one is not executed? Addition executed, addition executed, subtraction executed, multiplication is not executed. Okay, fine. How to do multiplication in shell script? Division executed, modulo executed, but this is not executed. So what should we do? What should we do here? Gedit arith.sh. So for multiplication, you have to slay a slash. This slash. Okay, that is an additional requirement for doing multiplication in shell script. Arith.sh. Now you can see. Okay, so direct multiplication will not work. Direct multiplication will not work. You have to use a slash. Okay, so an additional thing, because Unix or Linux works with regular expressions. Star has a different meaning in regular expressions. So in understanding star, Unix has a difficulty. That is why we have to specify that with a slash. I have to specify that with a slash. Okay, is that okay? Clear? That is how you will be performing arithmetic operations in shell script. So shell script supports three different types of codes. Shell script supports three different types of quotes. One is double quotes, another one is single quotes, and third one is back quote. So double quote, whenever you want to specify a string or something, then you can use double quotes. When you want to specify something that which will not change, to remains unchanged, then you can use single quotes. So if you want to execute something, then you have to use backquote. So backquote is an additional thing. So backquote in shell script stands for executing something. If you want to execute something, then you have to use backquote. Okay. So let us say echo today date. What it will echo? It will echo today date. No, but you want to get date. You want to get date. So what you can do is you can say backquote date. Backquote date. Now you see, you will get the date. Today, Wednesday. So this is executed. If when you want to do execution something, then you can specify that in backquotes. Okay. So that is the thing that what you will see with respect to backquote. Backquote is an additional feature of shell programming. All good. Then so far we had been seeing programs that where you will be printing. For if you want to print something, then you will be using echo. If you want to read something in your C language, you will be having printf to print. To read, you will be having scanf. In your Python, you will be printing using print. To take input or read, then you will be having input. Similarly, in all languages, you should know how to print something onto the monitor and how to input something from the keyboard. So for that, we will be having an additional thing which is nothing but read. What should we do to use read? So if I say read where, then it will be waiting. So here you will be inputting some value. Sample echo where. You can echo $where. Echo $where. Oh, sorry. Control C. Echo $where. it is printing the value sample that what you have. Okay. Now what I want to do here is, so now you know various programs. Now you know various programs where you will be able to read and as well as print and write few Linux commands using this. Now we are extending this to writing simple Linux statements, simple selection statements, to do simple selection statements. So how to do selection in ShellScript. How to do selection in ShellScript. So selection will be done using if statement. Selection will be done using if statement. Okay. So how to do this? So what is the format of using a if statement? What is a format for using a if statement? Okay. So the format for using an if statement is, it is like this. In any programming language, if you see any programming language, as I told you earlier, selection there will be statements like sequential statements. So there will be one after the other. So those kind of statements we have seen already. The second kind of statements is selection statements. Selection statements are nothing but if-else statements. Selection statements are nothing but if-else statements. Okay. So these if-else statements, how to write this if-else statements? In any programming language, if will be having a condition, then here you will be writing statements. Fi to end. Fi is used to end the if statements. Fi is used to end the if statement. How to write a condition? What is meant by a condition? Condition is nothing but something that is built in almost all the programming languages. Condition is nothing but that is built using the relational operators. Relational and sometimes logical operators. What are relational operators? Comparison operators. Comparison operators are relational operators. What are logical operators? That are used to combine. Examples for comparison operators. Comparison operators are greater than, lesser than, is equal to, not equals to, greater than or equals to, less than or equals to. These are what we will say it as comparison operators. Combine, logical, which is helpful for combining one or more relational expression, condition, that we are going to call it as logical operations. And, or, not. These we are going to call it as logical operators. These operators are nothing but the logical operators. And, or, not. So you know what is an and, what is an or, what is a not. So need not to worry much on this. As and when they are coming up, I will show you how they will be used. For now, let us go into how to write a condition in a shell script. How to write a condition in shell script. To write a condition in shell script, we need to use a command which is nothing but test. However, you are allowed to use relational operators. Apart from that, for greater than, you can use -gt. For lesser than, you can use -lt, -lt. And for equal to, you can use eq. For equal to, you can use eq. And similarly, for not equal to, you can use -ne. And for greater than or equals to, you can use -ge. For lesser than or equal to, you can use le. Like that, you can use the relational operators. So relational operators can be used like this also. However, these relational operators are generally you can be used with test keyword. If you don't want to use a test keyword, you can use square brackets. Square brackets can also be used for writing a condition. Okay. So let us try one after the other. So what will you write? So let us say a is equals to 5, or let us read the values. Echo enter any two variables, any two values. So you will be reading them into A, read B. So what I will be doing is if test. So whenever we are writing a test, it is for a condition. So if test condition A greater than B. A is greater than B. Then is a keyword in here. Echo A is, then you can say $A is greater than $A is greater than $B. $A is greater than $B. Close if. That's it. So echo if statement is completed. Control S. So these things you can save it as simple if. You can save it as, we have to save it here. Simple if.sh. Okay. All good. So now let us get back to terminal. Yeah, tell me. Hello? Any issue? Yeah, tell me. అదే కదా fi is this is also a keyword to write a if statement in this is the syntax of if statement in ShellScript. So you have to write if condition then statements fi. Fi indicates the end of if statement. So to tell that if statement is completed, you have to specify fi. So otherwise it will not understand that that statement is completed. Okay. It will be in a confusion that that statement is not whether the if statement is completed or not. Okay. Simple if. So we want to compare the values of A and B. So let it be $A, $B. Not AB. We have to compare the values in $A and $B. Save this. Now come back. ls. So simple.ff is still not in executable mode. Add execution permission. Change mode. Simple. So now dot slash simple. So here enter any two values. So I am entering 10 and entering 5. So 10 is greater than 5. If statement is completed. So it is not telling 5 is lesser than B. 5 is lesser than 10. So that means if you enter a value like this, let us say 5 and 10. If you enter 5 and 10, nothing is printed. It is saying only 10 is greater than B. So you want to add one more condition. So to add one more condition, what you need to do here is you need to add else. You need to add a else condition. So how to add an else condition? Simple if. Now you will go for if else. So now we need to go for if else. So gedit. Here we will be adding one more. Copy this again. I will modify this to add if else. Okay. So a simple else. If you want to add a simple else, then you can say after the statement you can add else. This echo you can change simply. Control V. $B, $A. So now let me save this as if else dot sh. Okay. Now come back to terminal. Clear. ls. So we have if else. So now add permissions to if else. X if else dot sh dot slash if else dot sh. Enter any two values. Now I am entering the value as 5 and 10. Now you can see 10 is greater than 5 if is completed. Why it is still saying 10 is greater than? Which statement? Cat. Yeah, 10 is greater than 5. That is true. So cat if else. So B is 10. So 10 is greater than 5. So 10 is, so this statement is not executed. So to add a little more clarity to the program, you can add one more statement. These are all simple statements that we are adding. So A block execute avutundane doubt unna vallaki, you can add one more statement. Echo I am in if block. Here you can see else I am in else block. ఇది ఒక అండర్స్టాండింగ్ స్టేట్మెంట్. ఇవన్నీ కంపల్సరీ స్టేట్మెంట్స్, ఇలానే రాయాలి. దర్ ఈస్ నో రూల్స్ ఫర్ రైటింగ్ ఎ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఈజ్ యువర్ స్కిల్. యూ కెన్ రైట్ యాజ్ యూ విష్. మనం ప్రోగ్రామ్ అనేది మన ఇష్ట ప్రకారం మనం రాసేది. సో దర్ ఈజ్ నో రూల్స్ ఫర్ రైటింగ్ ఎనీ ప్రోగ్రామ్. ఓకే. సో if you miss syntax, it will not execute. If syntax is right, it will execute. It will produce some output. Here you can see enter values 10, 5. Here you can see 10, 5. If block is executed. So 5, 10. Now we give values as 5, 10. Now you can see else block is executed. Here if block is executed, else block is executed. So understanding the syntax is must in any programming language. If you know the syntax, so then you can write program as you wish. If you don't know a program, if you are unable to understand a program, the syntax, then if you write a program, you will never get executed. It will never get executed. So learning a language is nothing but learning the syntax of that language. Learning the how to write a program in that particular language. Okay. So let me go through. I am giving you an exercise, an exam, so I am adding. I am giving you some exercise. So exercise exercise 1. Write a program, write a shell program to check whether the given number is odd or even. Given number is odd or even. Okay, that is simple thing. To check whether a given program is odd or even. Okay, so that is a small program, you can do this. So this is exercise 1. So instead of greater than or lesser than, you can use you read the number, modulo the number with another number, store that value. If that value is 0, equal to 0, then you can say whether that number is odd or even. Equal to 0, even, not equal to 0, odd. So equal to 0, print even, else print odd. Okay, this program you have to do on your own. However, we can discuss this in the tomorrow's class. Let me put this in the chat. This one. Put this in the chat. Okay. And give me one more. Let me give one more program. Greater than, you have used lesser than, then yeah. Exercise 2. Exercise 2. Ask the age. If age is greater than 18, then print eligible to vote. Eligible to vote. Otherwise, not eligible. Otherwise, not eligible. So this is second exercise. These two programs you have to do on your own. Okay. So we have completed if and if else. Now let us go for elif. That is, here you want to add a condition in your program. So if you want to add another condition to the program, to the else part, if you want to add condition to the else part, then you have to use the statement elif. That means you want to check more than one condition. Here you have checked only one condition. So for example, if you want to check more than one condition, what will you do? So there in that case you have to use elif. Okay. So how to do this? So for example, If you have wrote a program, let us say a small program that will read a number. So what will you do here is echo enter any number. Enter any number. Store that number in A. Read that, store that number in A. So you want to check whether the number is positive, negative or 0. Positive, negative or 0. So what will you do now? So if A, you have to write test kadandi. Test, you have to write a condition with test. So test A greater than, if A is greater than 0, if A is greater than 0, test if A is greater than 0. What does it mean if A is greater than 0? $A. If $A is greater than 0, what does it mean? A number that is greater than 0 means then echo positive number. Positive number. Now you want to test whether it is a negative number or not. How to test a negative number? How to test a negative number? Elif test $A less than 0. If $A is less than 0, then echo negative number. Then echo negative number. Negative number, sorry. Then echo negative number. It is not negative, it is neither positive nor negative. Then you can simply say it as the number is 0. Echo number is 0. Number is 0. Okay. Number is 0. Number is 0. So then close the if statement. Close the if statement. Save this. Multi-selection multi-selection.sh. Multi-selection.sh. Okay. So now execute this program. ls. So multi-selection, change mode plus x multi-selection.sh. So dot slash multi-selection.sh. Enter any number. So I will enter it as -9. Negative number. Similarly, 9. Positive number. Similarly, 0. Number is 0. So whenever you want to do multiple statements, whenever you want to add multiple statements, then you can use this kind of multiple selection statements. Exercise number 3. Exercise number 3. Exercise number 3. For doing this exercise, you have to know, you have to learn on your own what are those statements called? Conditional and combining statements. Combining statements are logical operators. You have to learn logical operators. I am not teaching you logical operators. Try to learn. However, I will revise you in the next class. So exercise 3. Read 3 numbers. Read 3 numbers. Print them in ascending order. Ascending order. See, you always can use ChatGPT. I can write a program. Even many programmers in industry, many good programmers in industry are using ChatGPT. So you need not worry. So ChatGPT is already there. Write a shell script. Write a shell script for printing any three given numbers in ascending order. Ascending order. So you can see it is reading three numbers, and instead of test he is using this. You will get a program. You will get a small. You will get a program. No need to worry at all. But you need to learn how to write a program. That is why I am asking you to try it on your own. Don't use ChatGPT. Don't use ChatGPT. Okay. So exercise 3, try it on your own. Try it on your own. Okay. All good. So that's all for today. We are traveling tonight, and tomorrow I will be taking class from my village. So I hope possibly, if all good, I will take class from my village tomorrow. So that's all for today, and we will meet tomorrow in tomorrow class. Any doubts? Any doubts? Teja? Teja? Teja, are you there? Okay, no worries. We will meet in next class. Thank you all. Bye.